World War One, the incident that created World War One is the assassination of Art uh, Arch Archduke Duke Arch, France, and Sophia. And then, but 30 days later was the actual declaration on July 28th. It's all being played out the same. And at the end of World War III, which is exactly 5 years from June 28th of 1914, 1919, that was the end of it. It officially ended on 11/11, 1918, but the peace treaty was June 28th, 1919. And then from that point on, that was the rise of Adolf Hitler. At the very end of World War I, which is June 28th, 1919, which is exactly 100 years ago, come June 28th next month. And I remember hearing Christopher Green over there, AMTV, the one of the major mouthpieces for the elite, saying that he predicted this event was going to happen within the next 24 48 hours because something has to kickstart World War III. And then when the shooting happens in a school, it's like, what? Why would that kickstart World War III, clown? But because you have 30 days from May 7th, 30 full days brings you to the end of June 6th into the 7th. June 6th into the 7th. You have the declaration of World War III. I don't know how it ties into a school shooting, but apparently it's 30 days beforehand. The event happens. Whether it's martial law kicking starting over here, either way, it's 30 days from that point on. Either way, history's repeating itself. They plan on, like Steve James plans on dominating and being worshipped as if he's God on earth when he's not. After June 28th of this year. It ain't gonna happen that way. But that's the plan. So World War III being declared next month. See, I won't be on YouTube to break it down. I'll be behind the scenes doing my own thing, gathering up my own evidence for the rest of my life, the future that I have, proving everything that I said happened. Within the time frame, the events all taking place, because all these events never happened before in the history of our creation of existence, but it's going to start happening because there is that 21-day period of war that starts on June 7th and it ends on June 28th, and that's my birthday present. That's the gift that God gives me is it's peace. It's peace on earth. See, my peace plan is the real peace plan because there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you can't fight it. You can try to resist it, and you can allow the pride to take over and be like, no. I'm just telling you, just fall in line. Because God has his way of he just penetrates through your heart. And you don't, it's like, is anybody tired of taking orders from some angry person? Are you tired of taking orders from someone who's angry and has bad intentions? I would be. I would. Because there's no point. What's the point? When here's what my motto is going to be. Do as you will. Do as you will. You know why I say that? Oh, what? Well, why, Robin? What do you mean? So if someone's a murderer, you just gonna tell them to go ahead and keep murdering people? Durr. No, clown. When I say do as you will, because I already know that people behind the scenes have already changed their heart. Their heart has been changed, whether they wanted to change it or not. It's just happening. It is a flood. The floodgates have opened up since May 21st, 2018, because I, this old man who played one, I took some storage of Steven's storefront for like a year, and I just wouldn't stop making videos. I just wouldn't. It just wouldn't stop. I just hoarded up all my videos, and I just relentlessly. I mean, when Steve got rid of that guy, oh man, he was so happy when the Wooders were abated. After one full year, 365 days, Steve allowed me to rent space in his head. I mean, in his storefront for a year. Look, I mean, if you wanted things to work out your way, Steve, you probably should have just shut me down, and I wouldn't have been so effective in changing people's hearts. So when the proper rulership comes into play, it's like this: do as you will. Go ahead. You know why? Because the will of God is being done. Your heart is being changed. When you do your will, you're doing God's will. So do as you will. Do as you please. Do what you feel is right. Day in and day out. Do for others. Treat everybody. It's like everybody you come across, instead of looking at them like as a foreigner or like you can't come into our country, we're going to build a wall and keep you out because we're hoarders, greedy, and we want it to be ours, mine. Well, no. What you do is everybody who is, let's say there's a man or a woman that's your age, right? You don't know them, treat them exactly like you would treat your brother or your sister. Not when you're being like, not if you're like arguing or whatever, but saying you love your brothers and your sisters. Treat them as if that is your damn brother or that's your freaking sister right there. If there's someone that's younger, they need help or whatever, or even just saying hi to them, leave the vibe, the positive energy to that person, even if it's a split second. Every split second adds up in a day, and it just makes you feel better. So treat that younger person over there, boy or girl, as your little brother or little sister. If it's an elder, you treat them like you would treat your own mom or your own pap, your own dad, okay? If you see someone that's an elder man, treat him like he's your own dad. And that's how things change. It's one person at a time, one experience at a time. It's not a magical wand that like hurry up and just make it happen now. it happened over 7 full years. And the people that are in charge of watching people on the mainstream for 7 full years, well, you guys get the best understanding of what's going on. I can't wait to meet the ones that are behind the scenes, and then I just talk about what has happened over these past 7 years and how things did change and how the Bible is true and how it's coming to life right in front of our own eyes. So when the Christ Spirit has taken over, and it's time to, because see, all the movies are coming to an end. The last X-Men is being made on the 7th, because the movies, because everything is done. That's the last 21 days until the power shift. Now again, there's going to be an extended 3.5 day period, and then after 3.5 days, which is a 7 full days. Great fear falls upon them, right? The remnant and everything, because it's not like some miraculous thing's going to happen where all of a sudden everybody's just so fearful. Even though that's what the World War TV bombs and everything is going to happen. It's going to get people's attention. But I'm talking about the ones once the 6th seal is opened up, and once the 6th seal is opened up, and then great fear falls upon them, and 7,000 men are slain. That just means that everybody has the fear of God. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of understanding. It's not like you're like walking around like, oh my God. You've turned to God. You turn to Him. That's the fear. You're not walking around in fear. It's just a healthy fear. It's like when you respect somebody. You respect your parents or whatever, and you don't want to disappoint them. It's like you respect them. It's a healthy fear. But to fear anything in the world, no, that's not good. You fear not. Well, why would you fear not? But then it says to fear the Lord, because that's the only thing that you do fear. It's respect. It's just out of respect. So go ahead, do as you will, do as you please. It's free will. You're going to find out, everybody finds out that they've done it their own way, which is the wrong way. God is the one that's turning your heart back to Him, whichever way He can. And He's used this social media platform absolutely to do it. And here we are. When everybody is on the same page, this world, like, that is what heaven on earth is. It's a miraculous thing that has occurred over these past 7 full years. Harold Camping was warning us that Christ is returning. And as it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. Everything's manifesting on earth as it is in heaven. And he's right. Christ is here. The Spirit is coming at everybody like a flood. You can't get away from it. There's no way that you can get away from this flood. So do as you please.